What if I told you that a powerhouse auto giant with a pedigree for making serious hyper performance cars was dedicating real resources to develop a bona fide manual EV transmission? Got your attention? Yeah, well, I've got my attention, and that doesn't make any sense. Anyway, this is a real thing, and we can potentially look forward to this new, amazing, and quite frankly, sort of bizarre tech and the replacement for Lexus's legendary, naturally aspirated V10 of a hypercar. That's right, we're talking about the LFA. What's up, Motorheads, and welcome back to Gearbox Pizza. It is a bright and sunny day here in the land of flaming skeletons, and we're smiling. You see, I slept well like a baby, in fact. The simple fact that Lexus president and future hero to the entire hashtag Save the Manual movement, Koji Sato, well, he's taken it upon himself to rescue countless future generations of electron heads from the one pedal point and smash, hey, look at me at the drag strip car with all my horsepower's car guy. Whatever. I don't know, it might turn into that get off my lawn guy right about now. No, this is different. See, this is actually important and this is real. So somewhat recently, Koji was talking to the lads at Top Gear. By the way, he didn't even bother to return my call, but hey, Top Gear, let's talk to those fellas, right? Whatever. If you change your mind, Koji, I'm still down to talk. Let's just say anything like after 10 a.m. though, if that's cool. Anyway, this is where he dropped the whole electric manual bombshell. Now, and I probably know what you're thinking, EVs don't really need a manual. And you're right, they don't need a manual. And I don't need a variety of several dozen hot sauces or a pepperoni and pineapple pie once a week, or, well, you get it. I mean, there's tons of stuff you don't need. And if you restrict yourself to what's just needed, then, I don't know, that's pretty boring, isn't it? All right, so to quote Koji a bit, and he said the following, quote unquote, "It's a hobby of mine, a crazy thing. I'm looking for better engagement even in an EV. I want another link from the car to the driver. It's not just about efficiency. I love cars and I want something different." All right, I gotta say, I dig this dude. And yeah, he's all right. We need more Kojis calling the shots, if you ask me. So how does he plan on doing this? Well, right now he's messing around with software to see if he can strike that perfect balance and simulate the feel of a manual in order to make EVs as engaging as a 90s barely four-banger Miata. It might sound crazy, but seriously, we're doing things with software today that were, I don't know, more or less unthinkable not too long ago. I mean, you guys ever see what Elon's AI company's been doing? I mean, just Google it. I mean, it's gonna keep you up at night a little bit, I think, but whatever. All right, so here's the thing. In general, EVs don't really use a multi-gear transmission because they are already crazy efficient across a very broad rev range and can produce just buttloads of torque right from 0 RPM, unlike an internal combustion engine. Simply put, like the Tesla Model S, for example, it can spin up to 20,000 RPM, while that buttery smooth and naturally aspirated LFA V10 is sort of redlined at 9,000 RPM. And what does this mean? Well, a single gear ratio can get an EV from 0 to its max speed with really not too much issue. Now, they're not perfect though. As simple as efficient as EV motors are, their power and efficiency really starts to fall off at very high RPM. Alright, so if you're watching this video, you've probably watched plenty of drag strip videos, many of which pit EVs against gas cars. So what is generally the outcome? Yeah, EVs blast off the line mega quick, but if there's enough runway, that gas car is generally able to reel in those electric burners, right? This is also why you may notice that a few EVs utilize a 2-speed gearbox. Yep, we got the Porsche Taycan and the drop-dead gorgeous Audi e-tron GT, just to name a couple. Oh, it's also worth noting that the original Tesla Roadster was in fact supposed to have a 2-speed manual, and unfortunately that never happened, so oh well. Alright, so what about this new Halo car to replace the legendary and handsomely understated LFA? Well, if it has a name, we weren't able to find it, but it's supposed to be able to hit 60 in the low 2-second range, as you'd expect for a megabucks Halo EV. Range has been reported to be about 435 miles, which is plenty, and it's supposed to take advantage of some solid-state battery technology, meaning it might actually end up being light enough to retain some serious driving characteristics. I mean, it's kind of amazing what's being done with software to lessen the feel of all that crazy weight that comes with driving in an EV, but hey, you know, physics is physics, and there's really no way to get around it, so yeah, big fans of lightweight tech. All right, little side note, so I've been trying to visualize what this might end up being like, and if you really think about it, this is something that should be able to be replicated. The manual operates in a relatively simple way, and with the right amount of tweaking and a serious commitment to truly making it great, I think this is a nut that can get cracked, which is exciting. And because it would most likely be done entirely with software, that means you won't always be stuck with the manual. Personally, I drove nothing but a manual transmission for like 13 or 14 years while living in LA. And yeah, I guess I'm sort of a diehard about it, but boy, were there just times when I was stuck on the 405 or, well, basically anywhere in LA for that matter, that I just wish I could just kind of just chill, listen to some crappy podcasts and let my mind wander about, I don't know, all the different ways I could tell my boss off. Anyhow, I really hope this is a thing, and I really hope that other shops take notice. I know none of this is needed, but I'm pretty sure there would be a serious market for something like this. I mean, anybody else just feeling a bit bummed out to see the manual go the way of the dodo bird? Look, let's throw Alexis some love for even entertaining this concept.